you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Happy Friday. It's finally Friday. The week is done. Bentley was at home all week except for today. And even today has been quite chaotic. I was this close to canceling this live because I just don't feel 100%. I don't feel very good. Bentley had a major nosebleed before we started. Everybody else is, of course, running crazy, and I have to go pick up my oldest at 7, all the things. But then part of me was like, no, let's do it. I wanted to come hang out with you guys. I wanted to talk about some of these other cases that I really haven't seen anywhere else. And yeah, so if you're not familiar with true crime news, we just kind of hang out. It's more of like a laid back hangout where we go through news articles and reports of other cases that really haven't been talked about too much. So that is the plan. There's several on Crime Online I want to look at, and a couple other local news sites that have a couple cases that you guys had sent to me through the week or whatever. So that is what we're going to do. But first, I got to say hello to you guys. And there's some on my computer. Hold on. Okay. All right. So hello, Rainbow Mom. Hi, Angie. Hi, Kate from the land down under. Nadie, Adrian. Hey, Mark. Hey, MK. Pointer Lover. Hey, Tess. Teacup. Crime, Crochet, and Coffee. Hey, Adrian. Thank you, Riley. Hey, Neat. Oh, Mayla's mom. I was this close to canceling, and then I was like, no, you know what? I'll probably feel better once I get started. And honestly, that's true, because as soon as the music started, I was like, okay, like I get to hang out with my friends. I'm feeling a little better. Like, I loved it. Crime, Crochet, and Coffee. It was pretty funny. Thank you, Luana. Bentley's feeling better, yes. But like I said, he had a nosebleed, and he had a rough day. So, hey, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Other Kathy. Hey, Sparkles. Kim, thank you guys for being here. Aries girl. I think I said hello to you. Hey, Mandy TNT. Amanda Page. The story about, hey, can you send that to me again? Because I don't think I grabbed that one, because I had grabbed a couple that you sent me, but I don't think that was one of them. And I will definitely cover it today if you will send that to me, or I'll try to find it. Hey, Inspector Gadget, Roberta, Preschool Granny, thank you guys for being here. I always dance through your intro. Hey, Melinda, West Virginia Jules. So like I said, it's more of a laid back thing. We're just going to hang out and kind of talk about some cases that really I haven't seen talked about. It's crazy because, social media gets like a grasp on certain cases. We know, like with Sebastian, Summer Wells, Chris Watts, many cases that I've covered, but also some that I haven't, like Alex Murdaugh, Kylie Rodney. I didn't really cover that one too much, but there are these specific cases that get a lot of attention, and it seems like they're everywhere on mainstream media, on social media. There are some cases, though, that you really just don't see anywhere, and it is truly shocking and surprising. The rate that these things are happening every day, the rate that I'm telling you, we could do a show like this every day or every other day and do like a 3-hour show. We're going to hang out for like an hour today. We could do far more and read through all the cases, missing people. And by the way, when I put rage inducing on this title, I truly mean that. Some of these cases will infuriate you from like the soul. So, hey, Funky Jazunky, first time here. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Boho Hobo, just want to get to the bottom of your guys' messages. Thank you, Mayla's mom. I'm gonna move outside in a second, and my phone's out there, so I'll make sure to send it over to myself so we can look at it. Music City Mom, I have to admit something. I kind of kicked my leg back at the end of your intro, like all sassy. I love that. Hey, Nanine. Bindi, I saw you. I can't see you. I don't have to see you now. Hey, Jennifer. And anybody that I missed, I'm sorry. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let me turn this off, and we are going to get right into it. I already have, we're going to scroll through some Crime Online stuff, but there is one case that I had seen on Crime Online earlier, and it was like towards the bottom of their cases. And as new cases come in, they will start to disappear. And I did not want to lose this one. So we're going to start with this one. Go to one out of Indiana, and then we'll go through Crime Online, talk about the one that Mayla's mom is referencing, and go from there. So, Texas mom. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, no, it took me. We are going to read this one, but this is not where we want to be. Hold on. This is where we want to be. Okay, so Judge frees mom charged with neglect in death of infant, says prosecutors filed wrong charge. An Indianapolis judge found that the prosecution hadn't proved its case on Wednesday, ruling a mother not guilty in the death of her 2-month-old daughter in August of 2022. You're not innocent, but you're not guilty of what the state has charged you with, Judge Mark Stoner, Judge Stoner, told Dacia Lacey at the end of the 3-day trial, adding that he came to the decision reluctantly. Lacey was charged with neglect resulting in death and tearfully told investigators that she smothered the infant, Alona, because she was high on methamphetamine and wanted the baby to stop crying so she could sleep. But Stoner pointed out there was no evidence of neglect, no broken bones, no injuries healed over a long period of time, no signs of malnourishment. Not everything that's a mistake or everything that is wrong is criminal, Stoner said. Something has to be done with criminal intent, criminal responsibility, and that's what the defendant is charged with. When the state chooses to charge an individual, they must prove they did something with criminal intent. Poor parenting, by definition, is not criminal. An appropriate charge, he said, would have been involuntary manslaughter, but the judge said he is limited by what prosecutors filed. This is a case that happens when you're a bad parent, he said. There are some things you can never do. You can never have sole possession of your children and go out and use drugs. Lacey's then 3-year-old daughter, who is now 5, testified at this trial and said, quote, "Mom was mad, hit the baby with a pillow and put the pillow on her face." The little girl told other family members the same thing, and they testified to that. But Stoner discounted the daughter's testimony. Now this That doesn't mean that Lacey's other daughter is unreliable. It means that she is innocent, Stoner said. She is a 3-year-old. She's only capable of hearing emotions and repeating some things without understanding it. Stoner said Lacey's actions were reckless, he said, but prosecutors filed the wrong charge and he had no choice but to find the defendant not guilty. Attorneys on both sides declined to comment. We're going to go to the local news for just a second. So this woman admitted that while she was high on methamphetamine, let me go back to this part here. She tearfully told investigators that she smothered the infant because she was high on methamphetamine and wanted the baby to stop crying so she could sleep. I don't care if there are broken bones. I mean, of course I care, but the lack of that does not mean this was not neglect or was not criminal. I just cannot understand this. Hey, Sassy Britches. Perhaps Judge Stoner doesn't need to be re-elected. Hey, Mia B. What? She smothered a baby. That's murder. Exactly. And the child, the fact that this little baby even had to testify, that is so unfortunate. But then it was just discounted like that. Hey, Ramblin' Rome. Nature rocks. I mean, preventing anyone from breathing is murder and it's criminal. It's pretty freaking unbelievable. We're going to click on the local news for just a second because we have a lot I want to get through in a short period of time. Judge finds Indianapolis mother not guilty in death of 2-month-old daughter, and her daughter, who is nearly 5, testified. Let's watch this little video. I have not seen this, so let's see what we can learn in this, and then we will continue. We have a little ad first.
Breaking right now, a verdict just reached in the neglect death of a 2-month-old girl.
The baby's mother, Daisha Lacey, was just found not guilty for neglect of a dependent resulting in death. Our Rich Nye has been covering this trial from the start and brings us the latest now on today's decision. Rich?
Jenny and Dustin, this was a bench trial here that lasted 3 days at the Community Justice Campus.
Hey, Sprinkle,
and that means that the judge heard all the evidence.
So now Bindi, she could really tell us all about this, but you can either have a trial by with a jury or a trial where the judge is essentially the jury and it's all up to him. So that is what she had. And I believe that that's a choice, right? That you make yourself. But correct me if I'm wrong, someone who knows better. Jen, if you're here, let me know if I'm wrong.
Was no jury, and the judge decides the verdict. And Judge Mark Stoner ruled within the last hour that Daisha Lacey did not commit a criminal act of neglect that resulted in her 2-month-old baby's death. Lacey allegedly admitted in a police interview that she smothered her child while she was high on meth and tired. She allegedly put a pillow on the baby's face to make her stop crying. Lacey's other daughter, who was only 3 at the time, testified that she saw her mom put a pillow on her baby's face. But there was no medical or physical evidence presented at trial to show that the baby was smothered or that she died from suffocation. The judge said that the charges were not appropriate in this case.
I am just absolutely stunned. I cannot believe this. And you see here, this is where my anger comes in. I got to be honest. Hey, Minded Monsters. Hey, Tell the Truth. Hey, Lucky Spinster. Hey, everyone coming in. This is where I have a problem. How many channels are covering cases that have no updates just because they're popular cases and they bring in the numbers? How many? I have not seen this anywhere. And it's hard to find this stuff because it's not hardly being reported on. Mainstream media is where it happens, but it's pretty infuriating. And I don't know what to do about it. There's nothing that we can do about it except for keep talking about everything that happens. And, I can't blame people. I have interest in some of these cases that do hit mainstream media and get more attention. I have interest in those cases too, but I just wish that there was some better balance. I don't know. Did he think they undercharged her? He thought they overcharged her is the way that I understood it. Hey, Harley girl, we are going to continue. We don't have to watch this full video. It's actually only 3 minutes, but we'll watch for another minute and then
Court accordingly enters judgment of not guilty reluctantly. I do hope that you will take the opportunity to get the counseling that you need, to get the counseling for the children that you need, that you learn from this behavior, and hopefully the rest of the community learns from this behavior, that you cannot go out and party on the weekend and be with children.
What? You cannot go.
Toxicology report did show.
I hope you learn from this behavior that you cannot go out and party on the weekend and be with children. You know what she probably learned? That she got away with doing something egregious. I don't care if she was under the influence of meth, and I understand that intent goes into it to a degree, but this is just, I don't know, you guys. It's pretty infuriating.
Meth in Daisha Lacey's system. But Judge Mark Stoner said if she had been charged with reckless homicide or involuntary manslaughter, he could have found her guilty. But she's not guilty of neglect of the dependent, resulting in death. Daisha Lacey has been in jail.
How is that not? I don't know, you guys. Maybe they'll bring other charges. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But as things happen, I will let you know if I see her butt needs to be in prison. I agree. Okay. Hey, Lucia. It's sick. Huge channels with huge reach could help make a difference. Oh, absolutely, Mind of Monsters. It's sad. It really is. Whoa, I'm doing something funky to my screen. Hold on. Okay. Hey, Sarah Ann. I don't know what to do. I just like zoomed into where I can't. Okay, sorry. Have you guys tried the new Sprite Cherry Lime Sprite? It's really good. I just got one today. What have I done here? I'm sorry, you guys. I've zoomed in just way too far, but let me just try something. Okay, got it. I apologize. Okay, let's continue. Nana, thank you for being a member for 9 months. Wait, I'm thinking we need to read what the definition of the charge is. Perhaps he felt it was more than negligent because those other charges seemed higher. He felt like he said she wasn't being necessarily negligent. He didn't see broken bones that had healed and old injuries. So he agreed that she could be charged with something else, but not with neglect. So, like I said, hopefully they will bring, I got it, Bindi. That's what I did, actually. Hopefully they will bring more charges and we'll see. So, hey, Anna Kay. Good to see you. Hey, Solo Sock. Okay, great. Let's go to this one. So, an Indiana mother charged with reckless homicide of 9-day-old son. Rayleigh Phillips. A homicide investigation is underway in Dearborn County after a newborn infant was found not breathing and unconscious. Rayleigh Phillips, 22, was arrested for the death of her son, Emmett Phillips, who was 9 days old when he died, according to an affidavit. On March the 3rd, Lawrenceburg police and EMS personnel were dispatched at 2:30 p.m. to an apartment on Bel Air Drive for a report of an unresponsive infant who was blue and purple. EMS crews performed CPR on Emmett and transported him to St. Elizabeth Dearborn Hospital, where he was determined to be dead, the affidavit says. According to the prosecutor, Emmett was dead for an extended period before first responders arrived. A death investigation revealed that Rayleigh allegedly left her son in his car seat for 13 hours between March 2nd and the 3rd. She told investigators that she fell asleep and woke up to her son slouched in the car seat and cold to the touch. It was later discovered that Rayleigh had not fed the infant for 14 hours and he was wearing a soiled diaper. The Dearborn County Coroner's Office determined Emmett died from positional asphyxia, which means the child was in a position where he could not adequately breathe. Prior to Emmett's death, the 22-year-old went to a friend's house on March 1st and stayed the night there in Aurora, Indiana. Her son was with her. On March the 2nd, Rayleigh told investigators she put Emmett in his car seat at 1 p.m. to get ready to leave Aurora. She stopped at Kroger on her way home and arrived at the apartment at 2. She noticed her son was asleep, so she took him inside and left him in the car seat. Rayleigh told investigators that she hung out and watched TV and did not check on Emmett because, quote, he seemed content, unquote, the affidavit says. She said she fell asleep between 4:30 and 5 in her bedroom with the car seat next to her. When she woke up, it was early Sunday morning, and Rayleigh noticed her son was cold and limp. Her roommates told detectives that she was hysterical and screaming, "Help me, call 911. Baby ain't breathing." That is when they called 911 for help. On Tuesday, a warrant for her arrest was issued. She's being charged with neglect of a dependent and reckless homicide. Her bond was set at $200,000 surety in addition to $7,500 cash. So that, I think both are neglect. I think both of the cases we just talked about are neglect, but that's just where I'm at. Ow. Hey, Mystic. Ooh, I like the Major Melon too, MK. All right, so now we're going to go over here back to Crime Online. There were several stories, several missing people I wanted to show you guys that I, again, haven't really seen anywhere. And let me me go here, and a few other cases as well that are quite infuriating. Just more of the same as what we always hear on Crime Online, or on Crime Online. Well, yeah, on Crime Online, on our true crime news. It's really unfortunate. So, Texas mom of 7-year-old found deceased wrapped in bedding inside boyfriend's apartment closet. A newly released arrest warrant provided additional details in connection with a 27-year-old mother found deceased in Dallas apartment last week. According to an arrest affidavit obtained by the Dallas Morning News, we're going to click on that. A witness told police that the man accused of killing Corinna Johnson had wrapped her in bedding and placed her in a closet in his apartment. The suspect, 34-year-old Omar Lucio, is now charged with murder. A witness approached the Garland police station early Monday, reporting a suspected homicide that occurred around 24 hours earlier at an apartment. Garland police notified Dallas police, and they dispatched officers around 1:50 a.m. The suspect initially refused to exit the residence, but complied around 3 a.m. Upon entering the apartment, officers observed what appeared to be a blood trail in multiple rooms. An officer detailed in the affidavit that the body was bludgeoned and still at the location. Inside the suspect's vehicle, they found clothing with apparent bloodstains on them. Meanwhile, the witness informed a detective that she had known Lucio for around 6 months and occasionally met up with him. On the Sunday in question, he allegedly messaged her at 1 a.m., requesting her to pick him up, claiming he did not want to return home. After picking him up, this witness said that he was with Johnson at a downtown Dallas bar, but became upset when they were kicked out of the establishment. Subsequently, he allegedly attacked her. The witness stated the suspect told her he had put his hands on Johnson and stated he had knocked some sense into her and that she became unresponsive, the arrest affidavit says. The defendant then asked the witness to bring him back to the apartment to check on Johnson, and that's when they found her unconscious. Lucio later told police he brought Johnson upstairs, hoping she would wake up. He reportedly whispered it would be okay, but then discovered she was not breathing, ABC 8 reports. He also allegedly admitted to having temper issues and that he snapped while confronting Johnson. Erica Hernandez, Johnson's older sister, said the victim had been in a relationship with Lucio for around 6 or 7 years and was in a domestic violence situation. She leaves behind a 7-year-old son. Hey, cutie pie. Hey, anybody coming in that I missed? We are kind of I wonder if it's going to allow me to see this. Maybe not. No. Well, okay. Let's see if the other one. Well, you know what? I think that I'll look for more information on this case later. We have a lot of other ones I want to show you guys. So I can't read I was going to pull up the arrest affidavit, but the hyperlink goes to a website where you have to have a subscription, a description. Y'all, I'm crazy today. Okay, now here are a couple I really wanted us to talk about. These two missing folks that, again, I haven't really seen anywhere. But look, there are so many missing people. It would be truly impossible for anybody to get them all. So, hey, Selena, drive safe. Hey, Mo and Co. Okay, so this is a missing Florida woman who hasn't been seen in nearly 2 weeks. Florida police are asking for tips in connection with a missing 25-year-old Kissimmee woman who hasn't been seen in nearly 2 weeks. According to Kissimmee police, Claudia Pina was last seen on April the 6th near Pesca Drive and Boleno Lane in Kissimmee. Her vehicle, a blue 2009 Nissan Sentra with the Florida tag 5618TD, was last seen in the St. Cloud area. I know many of you guys are from Florida. So Claudia Pina from the Kissimmee, from the Kissimmee area, and if anybody sees her or has any information, you can contact Kissimmee Police Department. You could do a live every day and not cover the same person twice. That is so true. It really is. So police said, our detectives need your help locating Let's go to it. We're going to actually go to the Facebook post. So now they have an update on here. So the original one said, our detectives need your help locating Claudia Pena. She was last seen by her family on April the 6th in the area of Pesca Drive and Bolino Lane. She's driving a blue 2009 Nissan Sentra with the Florida tag. Now we have an update. A vehicle belonging to Claudia Pena, who was reported missing to the Kissimmee Police Department, was found in the jurisdiction of the Osceola County Sheriff's Office in a wooded area near the location of the vehicle. The remains of 2 individuals were located. Some of the clothing on one of the remains is consistent with Claudia Pena. Oh my goodness. At this time, both remains have not been positively identified and are pending identification by the medical examiner's office. So if we would have just read the article, it's possible that she's been found. Her car has been recovered, and there were 2 deceased people, potentially the perpetrator. That is so sad. So originally they just did the update in the comments. Oh, people are saying that her husband is also missing. They went missing together. Someone says, your brother is a friend of my son. I know he's a good person. I've been praying for him and his wife. Wow. Okay. So it looks like potentially they may have been found, but we do not know yet. Wow. All right. So let's go back to this other missing 16-year-old. I think, if I'm not looked at it earlier, sometimes I won't even have a chance to look at everything we're going to look at. I'll usually skim over it and kind of try to get an idea of what we're looking at or what we're going to be talking about. So that's kind of where I'm at, and that's the extent of my knowledge at this point. So teen boy vanishes after leaving home on bike. Wisconsin authorities have asked for the public's help in locating a 16-year-old boy who reportedly vanished on Wednesday. The Eau Claire Police Department told WQOW that Colin Robaidek, his last name is quite hard to pronounce. Here it is, Robaidek. Colin was last seen in Eau Claire's Mount Washington neighborhood. Nobody has heard from Colin since he left his home on a dark gray Trek bicycle. He's 6'1" and 190 pounds, and he was reportedly last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and sweatpants. Let's see where the hyperlink takes us. ECPD looking for missing 16-year-old. Look at him. He's so handsome. And oh my God, I hope he's okay and just ran away. Let me see if there's anything here we can look. They have put on social media asking for help locating him. He has not been in contact with friends or family since April 17th when he left on his bicycle. So if you are in Wisconsin, take a screenshot, maybe share on your social media. Hi, Shelby. Hi, all up in ya. Anybody who's coming in, hey, Katie, I'm sorry. I can't watch the chat as we're going through these articles and stuff. So just know that I appreciate you guys being here. And yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day. So again, Colin Robaidek, 16 years old, leaves on his bicycle, has not seen friends or family, and it's been 2 days. So we will keep an eye on that and kind of see what happens. I'll grab the flyers later. And now this one kind of shocked me, you guys, I'll be honest. I'll grab the flyers for Colin after and make sure to share it on the community tab. I hope he just ran away and is safe too, Mayla's mom. And let me make sure that I send over what you sent me. Punksy, thank you. What was that? Oh, I know. B Crumbs, I see your last message that just came in. All right, let me just copy. Just 1 second, you guys. Are going to get right into this one. This one is really important to Mayla's mom, so I want to make sure that we talk about it. A different one, not the one we're about to get into. So I'm just sending that over to myself here. Okay. So 10-year-old Texas boy confesses to murder 2 years ago when he was 7. A 10-year-old Texas boy confessed to shooting a man in the head while he was sleeping 2 years ago when he was 7. The boy was being questioned about alleged threats to kill another student on a bus when he made the confession. And this comes from the Gonzales County Sheriff's Office, and we will look at the hyperlinks in a second. The Gonzales County Sheriff's Office said the child described in detail how he killed 32-year-old Brandon O'Quinn Raspberry. The boy said he was visiting his grandfather in the same RV park where Raspberry lived, and on the day of the murder, he took a gun from the glove box of his grandfather's truck, went to Raspberry's RV, and shot him once in the head. When asked, the child stated he had never met Brandon, did not know who he was, although he had observed him walking around the RV earlier in the day. The child was also asked if he was mad at Brandon for some reason or if Brandon had ever done anything to him to make him mad, and he said no. Deputies found the gun, which the child said his grandfather had pawned, and confirmed that it was the weapon used to kill the victim. The boy was taken to a psychiatric hospital in San Antonio and has since been admitted to a juvenile detention facility in Gonzales County on a terroristic threat charge relating to the school bus incident. He won't be charged with Raspberry's murder because Texas law decrees that a child is not responsible for any crimes committed before the age of 10. The sheriff's office said. Now, this one, I really want to hear your opinions and what you think about this. So this young boy at 7 years old gets into his grandpa's glove box. He's at an RV park where his grandpa stays. Gets into his glove box, gets a gun, takes the gun to another man's RV, shoots him in the head as he's sleeping, a man he has never met and does not know. And we'll read this press release from the sheriff's office, which goes into more detail. And he will not be charged. That is crazy to me. It is scary. School is scary, Mystic. You're right. It scares the shit out of me. But also, hey, JH, good to see you. Excuse me. Hey, get me a snack. But also, I worry. What is the future of this child? I don't know. It's scary. Mayla's mom says, I'm sorry, but he should be responsible. I don't believe in life at his age, but I do believe he needs major help. I agree. Hey, Meta Mom Christy, what do you guys think? Tiffany, I'm still disturbed by seeing that man who set himself on fire outside the courthouse earlier today. I heard about that, Tiffany. Wasn't that outside of Trump's hearing? Should we be charging a 7-year-old? Well, I don't know. I just don't know. But I don't know that we should be charging him and throwing him in jail. I do think maybe a charge should be added to his record so that in the future people can see, and this doesn't kind of just slip away and not be on his record or anything. I think that it's important to know this. And I also think he needs a lot of help, intense help, right? So if he's only charged with this threat on the bus, I don't know. What kind of help is he going to get? I honestly don't know what to think about it, Liplock said. Hey, by the way, I just sent you a few you haven't covered. Thank you, Tess. I know I was born gay. I don't know what that was about, but is it possible? Oh, okay. Is it possible someone is just born a killer? It's possible. I was like, well, Rainbow Mom. What in the what? I know. All right, we don't have a ton of time. Thank you, Juicy Jules. My mom's doing pretty good. She's, she struggles a lot with her COPD, but she has already planned another trip. She's taken to the beach, which I'm going to go with her. And Rainbow Mom, I love you. And I think she's making it. Happy Friday, my little love nuggets. Hey, Natasha. Oh, I'm just so glad I came on with you guys because I really felt like shit and I was not sure if I was going to. Okay, so let me read this and then I want to go into the story Mayla's mom wants me to talk about because we don't have a lot of time left. we might continue this later. I really considered scheduling this at 9 and doing like a late night hangout true crime news, and maybe we will do that. If you guys would be interested, let me know. But let me know in just a second because I can't see your comments while I'm reading. Okay, so on January the 18th of 2022, the Gonzales County Sheriff's Office responded to the Lazy J RV park located at 85 Wild Meadow, Nixon, Texas, for a report of an unresponsive male at the location. The RV park owner received a call from Holmes Foods that one of his tenants had not reported to work in 2 days. The owner entered the RV after reportedly knocking on the door and not receiving an answer, and discovered Brandon deceased. Whoa, my Sprite just popped and I haven't touched it for like 10 minutes. Responding deputies discovered Brandon O'Quinn Raspberry. There's just not a lot of punctuation here. He's a white male who was born August 31st, 1989. He had been murdered. Brandon had been shot in the head one time. The Sheriff's Office and Department of Public Safety Ranger Division conducted the investigation. Several items of evidence were located, collected, and sent to the Texas Department of Public Safety Crime Laboratory in Austin, Texas, for forensic analysis. Investigators also wrote warrants for geolocation data on Brandon's phone, as well as any other cell phones in the area at the time of the murder, and that didn't provide any new leads. A lot of 7-year-olds don't have cell phones, right? I just cannot believe this. An autopsy was performed by the Travis County Medical Examiner's Office. The results showed he was shot one time in the head. He had 2 minor graze wounds, one on the right middle finger and the other on the left index finger. No other trauma was observed on his body. The ME concluded the cause of death was a gunshot wound and the manner of death was homicide. Based on information gathered from the scene, witness statements, and the autopsy report from the medical examiner, it was estimated Brandon had been deceased for approximately 2 days prior to law enforcement's arrival. At the time of his death, he was 32 years old, and he had just moved into this RV park 4 days before he was discovered deceased. Oh my God. So this young man, 32 years old, same age as me. I'm like a few days older. I noticed that when I saw his birthday, like a week older. I was born on the 24th of August, 89. He was born on the 31st. He moves into an RV park, and 2 days later, because there's 2 days before he's found, 2 days later, a 7-year-old just goes and gets a gun and decides to walk in the stranger's RV and kill him. It makes no sense. It is so unfair. Oh my God, I don't know. It's upsetting. At the time of his death, Brandon was 32. I just read that one. I'm sorry. All possible witnesses were spoken to and interviewed, and all leads were exhausted. So on Friday, April the 12th, the Sheriff's Office received a call from Nixon Smiley School District principal, who reported a 10-year-old male student had threatened to assault and kill another student on a bus on Thursday, April 11th. The school district conducted a threat assessment on the student, and as a result of the assessment, they contacted the sheriff's office. A deputy was dispatched and to take a report and complete an investigation. When the deputy arrived, he spoke with school officials who informed the deputy the child made a statement that he shot and killed a man 2 years ago. Based on this information, the deputy contacted Gonzales County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division. Investigators determined, based on the information the child told the school, the child may have knowledge about the murder of Brandon. The child was transported to a child advocacy center where a forensic interview was conducted. During the interview, the 10-year-old child described in detail that 2 years ago, he shot and killed a man in a trailer in Nixon, Texas. The 10-year-old child provided information that was consistent with firsthand knowledge of the homicide of Brandon. The child stated he was visiting his grandfather's house. It was determined at the time of Brandon's death, the child's grandfather and Brandon lived in the same RV park, only a few lots apart. The 10-year-old stated he obtained a pistol from the glove box of his grandfather's truck. The child described the pistol as a 9mm pistol, dirt and army green in color. The child informed investigators he then entered the RV belonging to Brandon. He observed Brandon sleeping in his bed and approached him and discharged the firearm into Brandon, striking him once in the head. The child stated as he was leaving the RV, he discharged the firearm another time into the couch inside the RV. He then exited the RV and put the gun back in the glove box of the truck. When asked, the child stated he had never met Brandon, did not know who he was. He had observed him walking around earlier that day. He was asked if he was mad at Brandon for some reason or if he had ever done anything to make him mad, and he said no. On Friday, April the 12th, investigators were able to locate the firearm at a pawn shop, and they secured the firearm as evidence. The child informed investigators during the interview the gun had been pawned by his grandfather. On April 17, 2024, investigators transported 2 spent shell casings that were collected to the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco Firearms. I'm trying to get through this because we don't have a lot of time, but excuse me, it was discovered the firearm that was seized was the gun used to commit the murder of Brandon. Because of the severity of the crime and because of the continued concern for the child's mental well-being, the child was placed on a 72-hour emergency detention. The child was transported to a psychiatric hospital in San Antonio, Texas, for evaluation and treatment. Upon release from the hospital, the child was transported to the sheriff's office. He was booked on charges relating to the school bus incident, which was terroristic threats, and placed in detention to await his court date at a later time. Because of the child's age, Texas Penal Code 8.07 states a child does not have criminal culpability until they reach the age of 10 years old. At the time of the murder, the suspect was 7 years old, 1 week shy of his 8th birthday. Therefore, charges will not be filed and cannot be accepted. And that's that pretty much. So that little boy may never be mentally healthy. He obviously has some serious psychological issues. So terrible. I wonder if there will be any more to come from this. Like maybe he was asked to do it by someone else and is still covering for them. That's possible. JH, she will be so happy that you ask about her. She is still around. She's just not here right now. And she's not on YouTube as much as she was, but I still talk to her pretty regularly. And she will love that you ask about her. There needs to be some serious changes to keep up with the society we now live in. Much earlier intervention in these cases. Nobody heard the shots. No one heard any shots. I guess not. Because no one even found him until he missed 2 days of work. Hey, Trulia. Hey, Melly, come home. Pray for me and daughter. Get her German dog because she's moving into new apartment in California. I drive Vegas, get big horse. Oh, Juicy Jules. She needs a dog to protect her. No, Kate, I cannot imagine that guy. But the thing is, he was freaking asleep. That's very frightening to have that kind of psyche at 7. I'm surprised he kept it a secret for 3 years. Me too. Okay, so we're going to jump into maybe our last one today, but I'm going to try to be back maybe tonight, depending on, I don't know if Bendy's going live. You know, I got to see. Amber, Melissa, just going to look around. But, oh, I definitely will, JH. She will just love to hear that and love that you came in. So this is a case, and it's also very disturbing. I'm going to warn you now. It's going to infuriate you. And, yeah, that's about all I can say until we look at it. So maybe you guys had seen this already. Let me let this ad just run through so I can skip it, pause. We will read through and then we will watch. It does say the video contains graphic content that may disturb some viewers. So, okay. A Colorado bus aide caught on video punching and stomping a nonverbal 10-year-old student last month has been fired and arrested. Kiera Monte Lerone Jones, 29, a paraprofessional who works for Littleton Public Schools, has been charged with one felony count of third-degree assault against an at-risk person in connection with the March 18th incident, according to court records. Jones was seen on video punching an at-risk student and pushing, hitting, and touching him in an unwelcoming way, according to the affidavit. I feel like her face needs to be blasted all over every fucking thing online. Excuse my language. The child's mother, Jessica Vestal, spoke at a press conference on Tuesday demanding accountability from the school district. She said, "If I could say one thing to Littleton Public Schools, it would be, how dare you? How dare you fail my son in such an astonishingly preventable way?" Look at them. So Jessica is on the right. Her husband, Devin, is on the left. This was during their press conference. They announced plans to sue the school district for abuse suffered by their autistic child while riding the bus to class on Tuesday. The law firm Rathod Maham. So a specific law firm, I'm not even going to try. Law firm announced that it's representing 3 families within Littleton Public Schools following the alleged abuse on a school bus. The law firm claims the bus aide physically and mentally abused children with severe autism and nonverbal communication. According to the law firm, the alleged abuse has been happening for months, with signs dating back to September of 2023. The affidavit also says there was footage of 3 assaults occurring in February and March. The boy's mother said the repeated assaults could have been prevented. Had bus footage been routinely audited, the torture and torment of my sweet boy could have been stopped, she said. Parents said Littleton provides the bus their children ride to the Joshua School, which serves children with autism spectrum disorder and developmental disabilities. Because the public school district doesn't provide the services these kids need. During the news conference, the parents praised the service provided by the Joshua School and said their concern is centered around the bus rides to and from school. The signs started as family noticed shifts in behavior, physical injuries, unexplained scratches, bruises, a lost tooth, a broken toe, a black eye, and other deep bruises on their bodies and feet, according to the law firm. Somebody knocked my child's tooth out, and I'm telling you right now, I know my ass would be in jail. I know it. This is absolutely disgusting. The law firm has a cell phone recording of surveillance video taken from inside the bus. That video shows a woman repeatedly hitting, punching, and stomping a 10-year-old boy. The parents of 2 other children came forward as well, saying their nonverbal kids with autism had been physically abused too. They said they had been asking for an investigation for months, but little was done to stop the abuse. Those are the families. We often have to do a lot of fact-finding to find sources of bruises, illness, and injury. And the last several months have been nothing but that, another victim's mother said. The Littleton Public Schools sent a letter to the Joshua School community and said Jones was hired in August and terminated on March 19th, the day the district learned about the accusations. They said in this letter, "This kind of behavior cannot be and is not tolerated. As parents, you trust us with the well-being of your children, and you should never have to worry about them being harmed when they're in our care." Attorneys say the entire district failed to protect the students on the bus. We expect there to be long-term care needs for the children. We expect there to be long-term care needs for the families. The law firm is calling for a Colorado legislator to create a law ensuring safety. Now, like I said, we're going to watch the video. I do not know. I feel like, you know what? This woman's face needs to be everywhere. Everywhere. Don't let this woman go to McDonald's without everybody knowing what the hell she did. Don't let her go to damn Food Line, to the grocery store, to Walmart. Don't let her ever get another job. I'm sorry. Hell no. The fact that you want to do this to kids who can't even speak, for one, it shows how sick you are, because you're doing it to people who can't tell on you. And knocking their tooth out, breaking their bones, blacking their eyes. I'm sorry. Fuck you. Excuse my language, but I don't have nothing for people like this. And like I said, her face needs to be blasted everywhere. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a picture of her face and start posting it as often as I can to let everybody know exactly what she is. When you attack kids, if you attack a kid in general, you are disgusting as an adult. If you attack a kid who has developmental issues or autism or something like that, you are even more disgusting. And when you do it to a child who is nonverbal, I'm sorry. Like, I cannot say it enough. Fuck you. For real. I hope you burn in hell, bitch, because that's what you deserve. And I'm going to get your picture, and I swear to God, I'm going to post it all the time. You guys wait and see. I'm done. I'm just so fucking annoyed with these kind of people and hearing about this stuff every day. And I'm even more annoyed that cases, that have no updates and nothing is happening. Everybody's talking about that all the time. Every single day. We have channels that are live 5 hours a day, every single day on those cases. Oh, let me just stop. I'm going to press play. I'm sorry, you guys. I need to stop trying to get up on a high horse or my podium, my soapbox, whatever the hell, and just, let you guys see the crimes and stuff that we're talking about. But if this does not infuriate you to the core of your soul, then
Shocking story. A mother tells us she was in utter disbelief after seeing video of her special needs child being beaten on a school bus. That incident captured on camera on a Littleton school district bus.
The school paraprofessional you'll see in the video is facing felony charges tonight. And we do want to warn you, some of you might find this video hard to watch. Fox 31's Vicente Arena is joining us live from Littleton with more. Vicente.
Ange. Hey, Ange.
Erica, these parents telling us they knew something was terribly wrong. These parents of these kids who are nonverbal with autism started noticing that their injuries just kept getting worse and worse.
Oh my God,
The video was captured on the Littleton School District bus in March. You can see a school aide sitting next to a 10-year-old boy who has autism, high support needs, and is nonverbal. Then that paraprofessional can be seen hitting, punching, and stomping on the feet of the boy whose name is...
Oh my dear God, you guys. I just want to see what you guys... And I do apologize for anybody that this triggers or affects, but also this bitch needs to be blasted for exactly what she did. Like I said, I'm going to screenshot her face in this video. I'm going to find her mugshot and I'm going to post it over. I am rage. I know, teacup. My 16-year-old has special needs. I just pulled her out of public school in February and put her in online virtual school. They absolutely refuse to follow her IEP. She's doing so much better now. Well, I'm glad that she's doing better. It does, Mayla's mom. You're right. And I mean, I should have talked about it sooner, but this was the perfect opportunity for us to talk about it. I'm going to contain myself before I get banned or get Allie in trouble. No, you don't have to contain yourself. I do know that sometimes YouTube won't let me post comments if there's too many cuss words in it. But.
Is Dax. The boy's mother said the repeated assaults could have been prevented.
Had bus footage been routinely audited, the torture and torment of my sweet
Can you
boy.
imagine seeing that done to your child? I mean, you would be because at first it's rage. And then next, it's just heartbreak. Like, I'm heartbroken for her. And I'm just the kind of person, I don't know if you guys are like this, but no matter what situation I'm looking at, I can always I don't even try, but I just naturally place myself in that position. And so as I'll start to picture things like this in my own life, and I just cannot imagine. You would first be enraged, but then how devastating that your baby had to go through this. And I just don't know. I feel like she needs her legs broken.
Could have been
worse
stopped.
than that.
The parents of 2 other children came forward as well, saying their nonverbal kids with autism had been physically abused too. The parents said they've been asking for an investigation for months, but little was done to stop the abuse.
We often have to do a lot of fact finding to try and determine sources of bruises, of illness, of injury.
Last week, I sat.
These are the other mothers of the other victims. JH says, I've recently took my 11-year-old out of school. He has learning and behavioral issues and is being bullied by the teachers. Oh my God. I am so sorry. Bentley had a little incident today with a little bit of like bullying or picking on him. He told me it was the worst day of school he's ever had. And I can tell you what, the whole way home, like I was at the point I was ready to go off on a 7-year-old. Like, and I know that just sounds absolutely stupid and ridiculous, but it's just the truth. I was so mad the whole way home. I'm still mad. Hey, Arctic Fox True Crime. Good to see you. I am still pissed. I can't say in chat what I'm thinking about what should be done to this woman because it would be a violation of community guidelines. People who do that are predators. They obviously like hurting children that can't say anything. There is nothing like, something happening to your child. When they go to school, it's scary. You don't want them to be bullied. You don't want them to have a bad day. But something like this, I mean, oh my God almighty.
In utter disbelief as I finally watched the footage of an LPS professional brutally assaulting Dax.
Attorneys said the entire Littleton School District failed to protect the special needs of the students on that bus.
We expect there to be long-term care needs for the children.
Oh, hell no. I want to
expect there
replay
to be
that.
long-term care needs for the families.
The school district sent a letter to parents saying it is.
I know it's hard to watch, but everybody needs to see what she did. And
the video was captured on the Littleton School District bus in March. You can see a school aide sitting next to a 10-year-old boy who has autism, high support needs, and is nonverbal. Then that paraprofessional can be seen hitting, punching, and stomping on the feet of the boy whose name is Dax. The boy's mother said the repeated assaults could have been prevented.
Head bus.
Oh, hell no, you guys. I'd be in jail. Same here. I swear to God, I would make it a point in my life that this bitch never, I don't know, I would follow her around for her life, making sure everybody knew what the hell she did. Can you put a microphone and camera on your children? Well, I mean, cray, I don't know. I mean, no, because like, I guess you could sneak it in their book bag or something, but really they're not supposed to have, technology like the phones or tablets or anything with them. So I don't know, but I do know this. Thank you guys for being here. I have to run and go do some more mom stuff, but I am going to find the pictures of this woman. I will have a post up later. If you have a channel, please share it. If you don't, please screenshot it. Put it on your social media, please. Because, glasses that record. That is interesting. In special ed classrooms, at least in Indiana, you absolutely can. Okay, that's good to know. Neat says the anger on her face was scary. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope to see you soon. Be on the lookout for some posts and that kind of stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a lovely night. I hope you have a great weekend. Those are going everywhere. I will definitely post it this evening. I promise. It's going to happen. So anyway, I love you back, Kathy. I love and appreciate all you guys. I really do. And yeah, thank you. I hope you have a great weekend. And don't forget, if you don't mind and you enjoyed the live, please like the video. If you didn't enjoy it, dislike the video, whatever. But we got to get pushed back into the algorithm. That little break I took, I feel like it kind of pushed me out a little bit, and that's okay. I'm going to keep going, but Oh, Bendy, you're still here. All right, you guys. I love and again. I see. I'll say goodbye 100 times and repeat the same shit. I know it's annoying. I'm just gonna say bye and let you go. Thank you for everything. Bye.